Okay, in this video I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about the book we're using for this course and how the Python examples on my website relate to the examples in the book. So this is the book we're using, Investigations in Algebra by Albert Cuoco. I hope that's how you pronounce it. The book is divided into three basic sections. There's a section on functions, a section on counting and mathematical induction, and a section on number theory. For a course of this length, really getting through the first 9 chapters is plenty. There's a lot in there. I put in the syllabus, I put all 15 chapters just because there are 15 chapters in the book, and I really never know from one course to another what the background of the students are going to be, what grade they're going to be in, or anything like that. So if you finish the first 9 chapters and you're chomping at the bit to learn some more, I'm happy to share more with you and go into number theory with you. But doing a good job on the first 9 chapters is plenty to earn yourself an A from me, or a good evaluation. So let's see. So let's talk about. So the book, like I said, the book is divided up into 3 sections. The first section is called Functions, and the first chapter is called What is a Function? So let's just bring up the first page here. What is a function? You should have, before you watch this video, you should have already watched the Bucky video that explains how to write a function in Python. If you haven't gotten to that yet, you should go and do that. Let me just show you exactly where that is, just to make sure. So if this is my main web page. If you go to Mathematical Puzzling in Python and go down to the lessons, okay, you should have seen this one already on adding functions, okay? Where is it? And I put Bucky's videos up because he's way cooler than me. I like the stuff that he does. So if I get a chance to put up something of his, I always do. But you should go through this video, go through the exercises, and like I said, if you haven't done that yet, go do that now. Stop this video, go do that now, and then come back to this one. Okay? So I'm assuming at this point that you understand how to do functions in Python. And so the author starts off this book talking about functions in algebra. Okay, if you take an algebra, you should have seen something like this. You might have seen equations in the form of y equals x squared plus 6x minus 6, and you have to graph them. This is another way of writing out equations of functions. This would be pronounced f of x. F of x. It's a function, and the way to think about it is think of f as like a black box, kind of, that takes in some value of x and spits out an answer using this formula. Okay, so for example, if f of x equals 3x minus 2, then if we wanted to find f of 2, we look at this formula. Every place we see x, we put in a 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 2 is 4, so f of 2 would be 4. Okay, f of 2x, we would say 3 times 2x is 6x, so f of 2x would be 6x minus 2. Okay, if we wanted to find all the values of x, where f of x equals 13, we would basically just set this equal to 13. 3x minus 2 equals 13. So then, and you've done these kinds of things before. So then 3x equals 13 plus 2. 3x equals 15, right? And then if 3x equals 15, then x equals 5. So it should be f of 5 equals 13. And we can double check that. 3 times 5 is 15, minus 2 equals 13. Okay? So x equals 5 would be a solution of that one right there. Okay. Then he goes in to talk a little bit more in depth about functions. I'll let you guys read that when you get the book. It's not that important for right now. And then he starts talking about, he gets into examples. Okay, so he says, example 1, lots of functions are defined by mathematical formulas. And we got some right here. Okay. Now this doesn't look like a mathematical formula, right? All of a sudden he has all this logo stuff up. So this is a text that was written for people that are somewhat familiar with the programming language Logo. So it's a language that's different from Python. But now let's go and check out the Python that's related to that. I'm going to pull up a window for chapter 1 here. Okay, so what I did was in the files themselves are named for the chapters in the book. So this file goes with chapter 1 in the book. I lead off with section 1 functions because chapter 1 is the first chapter in the functions section. And the title of chapter 1 is What is a Function? And the first examples appear on page 20. This is page 20. So we're at page 20 and we're looking at example 1. Okay. Now what I did was I took these examples and rewrote the Logo examples in Python. You might need to look at these videos full screen to be able to read this tiny font. I can't make the font bigger in idle. But anyway, what this says is, let's see, maybe I can just stick it into a text file here, just so you can see it real quick. If I say, so the very first example, well, let's make it bigger. Okay. The very first, yeah, there it goes. The very first example looks like this. Okay. So the Logo example was something like, okay, except it was in caps. But what I did was I just translated this into Python. So you can kind of see, you can kind of get the idea of what the Logo is getting at. So the name of the function is f. It's got an input parameter x, and it's outputting 2 times that. Okay. But in Python, the way we write it is we define the function with def. What I did was I named the function for the page number. Okay. So and I did that because the author reuses the same function names all over the place, and so it just made my life easier to just stick the page number on the after the name of the function with a lot of these functions. So you'll see that in a lot of places. So instead of calling it function f, I called it function f20, and so instead of this OP, which is Logoese for output, we have the Python definition return. Okay, So that's that. So let me just hide TextEdit now. All right, so that's the idea. So all these functions then are reproduced in here. He also mentions tabulating. A good way to get familiar with a function is to tabulate it. Okay, and you can make a tabulation chart with this function tab that he put in the appendix. So I did an appendix file that's attached, and if you just do a run module on any of these files, the appendix is imported automatically. So you get the appendix so you can do your tabs and all that stuff. But let me just show you. So the definition of this f of x on page 20 was just multiply the input by 2, which is what I'm doing here in the Python. So you can go ahead and try it out. I'm typing in f20 of 7. I'm getting a return of 14. You can also run the tab function. Okay, so I wrote a tab function that looks like this. It's tab, and then you need a parentheses because we're doing Python. I'll put the name of the function. The function is f20. Let's see, and then I'm going to put the a starting value of, let's say, 1 and an ending value of 5, and hit enter, and you get a little table here. Okay, let me actually, I'll do the TextEdit number just to make sure you guys can see what we have here. Okay, so what I did was when I typed in f20 with an input of 7, I got a 14 back. When I ran tab, it looks like this. Let's see, how does that compare with the Logo version? So in Logo, tab gets run with a quote in front of the function name. In Python, you just put in the function name, the starting value and the ending value. And the one that I wrote comes back and says, you're doing function 20 from 1 to 5, and prints out, because function 20 multiplies its input by 2, for a 1 you get a 2, for 2 you get a 4, 3 you get a 6, and so on. Okay. So you can go ahead and play with this some more on your own. You can type in tab 1 through 5, tab Fahrenheit to Celsius 3 through 20, and so on. Let's see, is there anything else I need to say about this stuff? There's, like I said, there's there'll be multiple Fs. So what I did was, so this is the F on page 21. So we're on page 21. So this one, and this shows, yeah, we've moved on to page 21, and the function name is f21. Okay, so there's that. You can run tab on all of these. What else? There are other examples. Here's example 2 with the absolute value. I didn't name mine abs. I named it absolute value. And there's a little note in here that explains that, because there's already a built-in Python function abs. Okay. This is an example with more than one input. Example 3. And let's see. So that's how that one works. Here's an example of a recursive function. The name of the function is digit, and it also calls digit from inside there. Let's see. Okay, and so then, so all the examples you'll see reproduced in the file. When you get to something like an experiment or a project, that's your work. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting you to write up and send me. So it says right here, write logo versions of the following mathematical functions. F of x equals that. And I'll send you a little more detail on exactly what I'm expecting as far as experiments and projects. I probably won't ask for like every single project, but anyway, I'll send you more details on that. So that should give you a basic idea of how you can use these guys. Let's see, there's also, if you want, I wrote these functions, tab suite and test suite, that will do a bunch of different, you can do multiple tables at once, or you can do multiple tests. We can talk about those more at another time, but let me just show you real quick what they do. I'm going to take off the comments from here so that this will run. So what's going to happen is we're going to run tab suite and test suite right after each other. Let me just show you that. And so there go the 3 different calls to tab that I stuck in there. This is a long one because it's calculating Fahrenheit to Celsius, and then all the different tests that I ran. And if you're curious about those functions, there's more detail in here. Again, I don't expect you to understand everything that's going on with these at this point, but the code for the test function is here, and the code for the tab function is kind of complicated. It's kind of down here. Okay. So that's it for now. I hope that helps you at least get started with the book. And what you can do is, before you get the book, you can try out. I'll send you guys this page 23 with the experiments in it, or I'll send you guys all these pages so that you can check them out. You can have something to do while you're waiting for the book. So that's it for now. I hope that helped, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Oh, let me put up my page one more time.